The Hyundai Kona looks like one of the most compelling small SUVs on the market right now, but beneath that futuristic exterior, there are 7 problems that could make it the wrong choice for you. If you're seriously considering the Kona because of its bold styling, long feature list, and Hyundai's class-leading warranty, there are some critical issues the brochure isn't going to mention. The Kona is proving that a strong warranty and a striking design don't always tell the whole story. Number 7. Cabin noise. One of the things most buyers are counting on from a small crossover is a relaxing daily drive. You want to get from point A to point B without feeling like you're sitting inside a wind tunnel at highway speeds. That's an area where the Kona is falling short. There's a particular kind of fatigue that builds up on a long highway drive when the cabin just won't stay quiet. Wind noise seeps in, conversations get harder to follow, and what was supposed to be a comfortable commute starts to feel like work. That's the situation Kona owners are reporting at Speed. The seals around the doors and the overall acoustic treatment simply aren't doing enough to keep things quiet once you're pushing past 60 or 70 miles per hour. Rivals like the Mazda CX-30 are doing a noticeably better job of keeping outside noise where it belongs. For regular highway commuters, this is going to be hard to ignore over time. Wind noise is frustrating, but at least you can turn up the volume. What you can't do is add power to an engine that simply doesn't have enough, and that's exactly the next problem on this list. Number 6. Base engine's disappointing performance. Think about the last time you needed to merge onto a busy highway or pass a slow-moving truck on a 2-lane road. In those moments, engine response is everything. The Kona's standard powertrain is going to leave a lot of drivers wanting more. The base setup is a 2.0-liter naturally aspirated 4-cylinder producing just 147 horsepower, paired with a continuously variable transmission. The 0 to 60 miles per hour time is sitting around 9.2 seconds, a figure that belongs to a different era of subcompact crossovers. Picture this. You're pulling out of a side street onto a busy 4-lane road, traffic is moving fast, and you press the accelerator expecting a confident response. What you're getting instead is a sluggish surge that has you gripping the wheel a little tighter than you'd like. The CVT keeps the engine in its least exciting operating range, and merging or overtaking requires planning ahead in a way that a modern small crossover simply shouldn't demand. Hyundai does have a more powerful option, but getting to it is going to cost you significantly more than the sticker price suggests. Number 5. Costly turbo upgrade. The fix exists, a 1.6-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder producing 190 horsepower, paired with a smooth, shifting 8-speed automatic. That combination transforms the Kona into a considerably more satisfying drive. The problem is the price of admission. The turbo engine is not available on the 2 most affordable trims. For this year, the SE starts at $27,100 and the SEL Sport at $28,300. Neither comes with the turbo. The least expensive route to the turbocharged Kona is the SEL Premium, starting at $30,025. That's nearly $3,000 over the entry price, and you're absorbing a full tier of additional equipment just to access the engine most buyers are going to want from the start. But discovering that the engine capable of delivering on the Kona's bold image is locked behind a $30,000 threshold is the kind of thing that turns a promising shopping experience into a frustrating one. The turbo fixes the performance problem, but there's a gap in this lineup that no trim level at any price is going to fill. Number 4. Hybrid is not available. Hyundai is offering the Kona in 2 flavors, gasoline and all-electric. The Kona Electric is a capable little SUV with up to 261 miles of range in long-range form, but there is no hybrid Kona on offer, and that's a significant omission in today's market. Consider the buyer who does mostly city and suburban driving, wants better fuel efficiency than a pure gas engine provides, but isn't yet comfortable with the infrastructure demands of a full EV. That buyer is essentially the Kona's core audience, and Hyundai has no answer for them within this lineup. A hybrid powertrain would be almost perfectly suited to this type of crossover. The Kia Niro, the Kona's corporate cousin, is already delivering hybrid, plug-in hybrid, and electric variants under one nameplate. For anyone sitting between the gas and electric worlds, the Kona is simply coming up short. The missing hybrid is a powertrain story, but even with the right engine under the hood, the Kona has another problem waiting the moment the road gets rough. Number 3. Ride quality, bouncy and unsettled. A small crossover is supposed to smooth out the rough patches of daily driving without drama. The Kona's suspension setup is making that harder than it should be. The chassis is on the softer side, which sounds like a comfort advantage, but it isn't delivering one. Anyone who regularly drives potholed urban streets or rougher rural roads is going to feel the difference quickly. Instead of absorbing road imperfections, the Kona is transmitting them, and the cabin never quite settles before the next one arrives. body roll in corners is also noticeable, leaving the Kona in an awkward middle ground, not composed enough to be a true cruiser and not sharp enough to be a driver's car. The turbo all-wheel drive variants do receive independent multi-link rear suspension, which helps, but base configurations are going to feel the road in ways that add up over longer drives. The suspension makes the Kona harder to live with than it should be, but the controversy doesn't stop there because the exterior design is generating its own questions among potential buyers. Number 2. Not the most attractive SUV around. Hyundai has committed fully to a futuristic aesthetic with slim lighting signatures, sharp angular body panels, and a front fascia that looks unlike anything else in the segment. For some buyers, that's the whole reason the Kona landed on their list. For a lot of others, it's exactly why they're hesitating. The styling is polarizing in a way that carries a specific long-term risk. There's a quiet concern that sits in the back of a buyer's mind. Will this still look fresh in 2030? Or will it have aged the way that very trendy designs sometimes do? Automotive styling moves quickly, and what reads as forward-thinking today can start to feel dated in ways that more restrained designs simply don't. In a subdued finish, the design loses much of its impact. And for buyers prioritizing long-term visual relevance, the Kona's styling is going to remain an open question. You can make peace with a polarizing design because style is subjective. What's much harder to accept is a vehicle whose technology stops working reliably when you need it most. Number 1. Electrical gremlins. Buy a modern crossover loaded with technology, and you're trusting that technology to work every time you get behind the wheel. The Kona's tech-heavy cabin is impressive on paper, but it's been generating a consistent pattern of electrical complaints worth understanding before signing anything. Imagine starting your car on a Monday morning commute and finding the screen completely blank. No audio, no navigation, no CarPlay, just a black panel staring back at you. That's not a hypothetical. It's the experience a number of Kona owners have been describing. The most frequently reported issue involves the 12.3-inch touchscreen going dark or freezing completely, and in some cases, dealers have concluded the entire head unit needed replacing rather than a simple reset. Bluetooth and wireless Apple CarPlay have also been flagging in owner feedback, with phones failing to pair or dropping connections mid-drive. Beyond infotainment, broader electrical quirks are surfacing in reliability data. Warning lights appearing without clear cause, interior accessories resetting on their own, and lighting systems flickering while underway. These aren't catastrophic failures, but they are recurring enough to raise real questions about long-term reliability. And for a vehicle being sold largely on the strength of its technology, that's a meaningful weak point. The Hyundai Kona is not a bad SUV, but it is a flawed one, and those flaws are specific enough to matter. A base engine that struggles to keep up with modern traffic, a turbo upgrade that pushes the price well past $30,000, no hybrid option for buyers sitting between gas and electric, a ride that never quite settles, cabin noise that builds on long drives, a polarizing design that raises long-term questions, and an electrical system generating consistent complaints. Taken together, these are real issues that are going to affect everyday ownership. Before committing to one, the Kia Niro, Mazda CX-30, and Toyota Corolla Cross are all worth a serious look, because at this price point, the competition is quietly doing several important things better than the Kona is right now. Speaking of the competition, those models are also far from flawless. Actually, they come with all kinds of compromises, and we can, for example, focus on one of the class leaders, the Subaru Crosstrek. Famous for its all-wheel drive system, high ground clearance, and utilitarian design, the Crosstrek also comes with several major flaws that could change the way you look at this small crossover completely.